I traded a perfectly fine running drift car for a broken drift car. Let's see if that was a mistake. Ta-da!
Why are you keeping that?
This is a 1995 Toyota pickup. Some call it a Hilux. And it doesn't run at the moment. That's what I was told by the guy, and I'm not going to turn it on until I am sure I'm not going to break it. So why would I trade my running Mustang for this? Well, I had done a lot of things to the Mustang. I had done gearing in the differential, different suspension mods, hydro, racing seat, other stuff. It was a pretty solid platform, but it was weak. I think it was about 160 horsepower when it was new from a 3.8 liter V6. This thing, supposedly about 160 horsepower as well, but that's because it's turbocharged. And so I thought, okay, I can stick with the Mustang, but if I want to go anywhere with it, the next thing is going to be power mods, or I can jump ship and learn about something else. And also, I'd gotten tired of drifting, so I didn't really have the enthusiasm to keep going with the Mustang. So, needed to change pace, and turbocharged, we can probably do something with that. So, that's why I jumped ship, and I hope I'm not too wrong about jumping ship on this one. So, I'm going to show you around the drift car and tell you what I know about it, what the guy told me, and we'll see what else that I can learn about it. Well, obviously, it's got a roll bar that kind of looks like a cage, but it doesn't actually enclose the driver's area, and very clearly stops right here. So it's not really a cage, it's a bar. So, you know, at least it has that, I guess. Has a roll bar. You know, kind of custom, but seems to be fine. It's bolted in. It's not welded to the frame in here. It's just bolted in. These side pieces are welded to it. So if you take this out, you're taking these out too. But yeah, someday I'd like to take this out and paint it up, make it look a little better. You'll notice the back window there is, you know, not there. So, you know, there's that. I think it's in there, it just doesn't seal very well, so it was left open. Well, let's take a look inside here. Pretty standard, you know, 90s Toyota pickup interior. Lots of hard plastic. The seats are leather, but they're pretty hard too. And if we take a seat in here, no tachometer. You know, we don't need a tachometer. We have some gauges down here. We have some gauges up here. And they don't really match very well, so maybe I'll do something with that. There's a stereo sitting here. There's a hydro e-brake. It's pretty stiff right now because the regular brake is pulled. But this could probably be mounted a little bit better. I can see the floor flexing. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But yeah, I could do better. It appears to have one, maybe two bolts holding it in. So yeah, I could probably do better with that. But yeah, got cup holders. Oh, that brings back memories. My dad has had a truck like this almost all his life. The first one he had back seats. If you know what the back seats were like, yeah, you know. Anyway, but I remember, you know, mornings with cup holder, he'd eat oatmeal out of a cup. Why use a bowl when you can use a cup and then the cup fits there, right? Anyway, enough reminiscing. Got a mirror which shows everything that you could ever want to see. We got a, you know, little glove box here. Got some stuff in it. Hold on. Let's see here. Ugh, there we go. All right. You'll notice the door handles are not there in favor of some straps. And if you want to roll the window down, it's possible. It's a little difficult though. And what else we got? We got a 5-speed manual. Got an amp and a subwoofer. Got our fire extinguisher here. We got a bar. What is a flashlight? Wow. So these gauges don't illuminate, and so there's a flashlight pointed at gauges. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man. I remember one time I had a different Toyota pickup. It was an 80 something, and I lost all my lights up in here. And so to drive at night, I'd set my phone just right up against the dashboard, and I'd turn on the flashlight, and that's how I'd illuminate it. I didn't have that truck very long, but yeah, fun memories. Anyway, there is a light bulb up here, but it looks kind of gross. There are wires to it. Maybe I could fit something that works. Probably this wire, which goes down there. Yeah, maybe I could do something. There's also a wire for the brake light up above there. But that's enough of the interior, as impressive as it might be. Oh, and one more thing I discovered. These seats, yeah, they don't move no matter how much I pull on that. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to move that seat forward because I'm not that tall. All right, well, that's enough of that. Come take a look at this as a train is slowly gonna roll by and become loud. So the guy that sold this to me said he got it painted at his high school. Not in high school anymore, but kind of interesting, very creative idea. This hood just has one bolt per side holding it up. So, you know, that's cool. All right, so as you might notice, this has a turbocharger. It's not an electrically controlled one though. I don't know what the proper term would be. Analog? No, that's still electricity. It's like vacuum and mechanical kind of stuff. So how it was explained to me, and I know I'm gonna have to learn it more myself. Obviously air comes in through here. You can kind of tune with this this is like a mass airflow sensor, but also tunable. Then the air gets sucked in here, gets all boosted up, goes up through here to get cooled down a little bit, hence the little hole in the hood. And then the air goes into the intake and then the engine. And so over here, there's also this thing which does some vacuum stuff for controlling how much can come through. And I know I'm gonna have to learn about it. I don't know why that's saying, what, 21 PSI, 22? Is that full of water? Okay. Yeah, that's a thing to consider. Anyway, so this is a basic Toyota engine for these little pickups. These things just sort of last forever, but if you put some boost in it, maybe not. It's supposedly set at about 8 PSI, so maybe that's not too much of an issue. I've got a battery over here with a tie down. When I first got it, it was closer. It's shifted around a little bit. I'm gonna have to tie it down a little bit better than that. But anyway, not too much to say here. Turbo is mounted pretty securely. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Now, I haven't turned the car on. Why haven't I turned the car on? Because supposedly this engine is a blown engine, or blown head gasket is possibly what it is. The guy told me that he was at a drift event, drifting around, doing a few laps, and then engine was getting hot. He had recently installed a new thermostat, and it wasn't opening apparently because, you know, he came over, felt this pipe right here, and it was ice cold. So the coolant wasn't circulating. If it was, it would make this warm or even hot, too hot to touch. But it wasn't doing that, so this was cool. Engine was getting hot, and then he's leaking coolant. on the outside of the engine. So he said he turned it off. I haven't seen any signs of it mixing internally. We don't have any chocolate milkshake going on in here, and I smelled it. It doesn't smell sweet at all. And likewise, no milkshake going on in here, and it doesn't smell like oil. So it's probably fine, like not too much damage, but we're gonna have to figure that out. Probably gonna have to do a head gasket job on this, but that's not gonna be today. Today, what we're gonna do is hook something up to here to pressurize the system, about 15 psi. That's what they normally run at. And then we're going to find out if it leaks. Simple as that. Here's an example of it hooked up on my RX-8. I connected it to the radiator cap, which in this case happens to be on the overflow as well. And then it comes back to this little bicycle pump, basically. And I pumped it up to about 15 psi. And it's been holding there, so it's not leaking, at least not significantly. If it was leaking, then I'd hear it, I'd see coolant coming out or something like that. So, you know, this is my control test of how it should work. Now I can move over to the truck and see how it works. This kit was about 45 bucks on Amazon, by the way. So it's not too bad. They can get expensive, but this one seems to be doing everything I need it to do. There we go. Yeah, it was hard to get it to fit, but I got it to fit. So now grab our pump here. I think there's a lot of air in the system. I suppose maybe I should do this with water or something in the system. It'll be a lot easier to find a leak when there's water coming out of it. Alright, it pressurizes a lot easier because it has water, which doesn't compress, versus all the air. Yeah, that compressed a lot. Okay, so this is a much better test because, like I said, water doesn't compress, air definitely does. You want to get up to 15 psi. Okay, leaking a little bit, not too quick though. Is there anything making it to the ground, minus what I dropped when I tried to fill the radiator? We're not even leaking onto the ground yet. If we had an external leak, things would be getting on the ground. I haven't been able to identify any sort of leaking outside the engine. So next, we need to go inside. This is a socket for spark plugs, and I'm just gonna pull off our spark plug wires here. A very satisfying pop. And we're gonna take a look if I can figure out how to finagle this. I need like that much more extension. All right, now that I have the desired length here, let's see if we can crack this open. All right. And spark plugs can also give you a decent indication of the health of an engine and how well the combustions are going. Is it running rich? Is it running lean? Is there coolant or extra oil in there? What's it doing? Okay. Try not to drop the spark plug. Let's take a look here. Forgive my sunburnt arms. So, that looks kinda wet. The camera would like to focus on it. Seems like it might be oily. Ooh, I hear dripping. Ah! Turn on our light here. Okay, congratulations, me. Yep, found the leak. Now, what does this mean? A, means it's a good thing I didn't try to start the engine, because, you know, this is literally leaking water out of the spark plug hole, the cylinder. And so if I tried to start the engine, the piston would try to come up, water doesn't compress, and so the top of the engine, well, what happens when this is going up? You have the top of the engine here, you got water, and the water can't go anywhere. something's gonna break. Usually that's the piston rod. But anyway. Yeah, we leaking. So I'm gonna check the other ones and see if it's the same case. All right, as we already saw, we're leaking out of this cylinder. The next cylinder, if the front is 1, then this would be 2. We don't seem to have any water welling up out of there. And the spark plug, oh, what the heck, is bubbly. Oh, it's really flowing now. Yeah, that head gasket is toast. Does that have any relation to this spark plug being in the hole? No, I think the head gasket just failed further. All right, well, while that's bubbling away, I guess I'll just continue checking these cylinders. Yeah, so number 2 there, not bubbling or anything, and this spark plug looks pretty normal. I don't really see anything too significant. Number 3, nothing leaking out. And how does it look? Pretty normal. Doesn't look wet, doesn't look oily. All right, last one. No water leaking out. And how does the spark plug look? Yeah, pretty normal. I think what might have happened there is the water level in the engine leaked down far enough that at first it was just water, and then it leaked down far enough that air could also get out. So then it was water and air, and then at this point it's probably just air going straight out there. So anyway, we got to do a head gasket job on this, obviously, and we're not starting this until that's done, because we will probably hydrolock the engine. So that's fun. All right, well, clearly this needs a new head gasket. The good news is that it's very accessible. We take a look in the engine here, the engine bay. We just gotta take away all the intake stuff, take away the exhaust stuff, and then the engine is just like a vertical stack. So this should be fairly easy. I've done head gaskets before. I've done them on American V6s that were crammed into small cars they shouldn't have ever been in. So I think I can handle this. But yeah, that's ahead of us. I'll get that stuff ordered. And then, that's the next thing to do. Hey, look, they put underglow on here. I think I could improve it a little bit. I'm much more of a mechanic than a body making cars pretty kind of guy, but I think we could do some stuff with this. So let me know what the highlight color of this car should be. There's already a lot of black, there's already a lot of little designs on it, but that roll bar needs to be painted. I need to do something with it, and if I just keep adding the same color, it's gonna get boring. So what should the highlight color be? And while I'm at it, I could add some highlight colors to the engine. Should I paint parts of the engine? Should we have a theme here? I don't know. I think there's a lot that we could do. Right now it's yellow, but I don't know if I like that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see y'all next time when I guess we do a head gasket on a 22 RE. See you then. Bye, bosses. Why is the brake fluid black?